Hello, 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 ladies and gelatins, and oh my gold. Is it really? Is it really like is this the time when I got affiliate before? Has it been 5 years? My brain is breaking thinking about like continuing this hobby for 5 years. That's crazy. If I thought about it, I maybe should have done something special for it, but I didn't, so here we are. We're gonna play Shibuya. Also, I really want to play more Shibuya Scramble, so we're gonna do that. But like, oh my god, that's kind of insane. Also, kind of amazing. Thank you so much for the hydrate and the stretch. I will lean back in my chair and keep a note for next year. Oh, that's true. We can. Yeah, I just actually that shouldn't be that hard to remember too, because October is my favorite. Oh, it's my favorite month. The spooky eyes. Yes, I could have Spooktober. I could have had that last week. Oh, I didn't. But it's still, I have it. I have it now. The Spooktober eyes. Yes, we get spooky and silly. Apparently, 100% silly. Oh my gosh, I have this tea. I have this new tea. I don't know if I told you guys about this, but it's called Love. But it's funny because there's another one called Love, and like, so there's two of them. There's, I guess, a hot love and love. A hot love is spicy mango. It's mango chili, and this one is blueberry blackberry. And I have to say, it is incredible. It is a 10 out of 10 tea. I wish I could share this with every single person in the world. I've told y'all about the blueberry tea I love. This is the blueberry tea, but also they put blackberries in it. I was like, yes, 100% sold. It's just phenomenal. Oh, Final Fantasy 14. Oh, man, I need another like free week of Final Fantasy 14. Like if they do another free, it's gotta be like 2 weeks because I can really only play on the weekend. Because like, I would love to dip my Tootsie back in there again. It's been so long since I've played. But I've also been playing a lot of other stuff lately too. I have literally, okay, so like I feel like I've reached the point where I actually like I really sat down, I thought about it, and I think it's actually time for me to buy the new SSD, especially because it's looking and even Microsoft is sending me emails being like Windows 10 is going to expire in 5 days, and that's like not really what it says, but that's how it feels. It's like kind of scary. I mean, it's not really scary because like nothing is really going to happen, but it might be a pain to upgrade after that. I'm not sure. I can look into it, but either way, I already know more or less what I want to get, and I think I should do it because like right now I'm literally basically cycling between three giant games, and like if I want to play something else I have to cycle out something else, but the problem is I have a bunch of different things that I'm playing with a lot of different people right now, so I need a new drive basically. It's time. It's time. It's been a long time. And so I mean I'm not gonna get rid of this one either. It's gonna also be my Steam games. It's just it'll be my Steam games and like not Windows, probably. I mean, I'll probably leave it with Windows for a little while, just in case, like normal. Just leave it on there just in case I need to go back for any very specific program. We'll see. But yeah. Whew. Also, yeah, so which version of Linux did you end up going for in the end? Cinnamon mint? Cinnamon? Or is it just cinnamon? I literally can't remember anymore. My brain is like, I don't know. Today I've had the strangest day of like simultaneously feeling like I have exactly one brain cell and also for like a few minutes feeling like totally locked into the matrix, like completely on point for stuff. So I don't know. I'm like going between the two of them. No in between, no average Jellycat, only like barely functional Jellycat and super functional Jellycat for small brief periods of time. It's just one of those days, I guess. So, but yeah, we'll see. Cinnamon mint. Ah, yes. Ah, sometimes I miss Windows XP. I probably shouldn't, but there is a nostalgia to it. Like, I went back and like looked at like what all of the Windows looked like. And it's weird because like I never touched Windows 2 or 3 or, you know, the super, super old ones. And yet they feel really nostalgic. Like it's super weird to look at and be like, yeah, that's, whoa, that feels nostalgic in a way that I cannot explain, even though I've never used that before. It's pretty cool. Yeah, no, the security things are the reason why I'm like, I guess I gotta do the Windows 11. It's probably time. But the thing is, I can't upgrade with like the current thing because it like whines. And I do have some stuff that I'm actually legitimately very afraid will not work properly. So, we'll see. Feels like when XP is missing Space Cadet pinball. Oh, that's such a shame. That pinball was so good. Actually, it was really mediocre pinball. Like, I'll be real, but like it was definitely the go-to thing when in like a computer class and a teacher leaves the room. It's Space Cadet pinball all the way. Oh man. Good times. But yeah, no, like so many fighting games. Yeah, no, I'm playing the mod of Skyrim that lets you play multiplayer right now, which is the buggiest. Like, listen, if you thought Skyrim was buggy, try playing Skyrim Together multiplayer. You'll see bugs you've never seen ever. You'll see all new kinds of things where like so many objects floating and dancing in place, tap dancing into the sky. Like things never stay where they are. There's weird spots of like gravity and anti-gravity. Like there's one session where like a guy who was following us to do a quest, because like quests are completely borked. It like you can get some quests to work, but some, oh buddy, he had to follow us to a location, and basically on the host screen, who was actually like the king for the quest, because like you have to choose a person who's like hosting and like in charge kind of, and if they do quests, it's slightly less buggy. And this companion was just running behind him normally, but on my screen I saw this guy as basically a skateboard sliding across the ground. But if you look and he starts talking, just sometimes he opens his mouth and just starts talking. It's just sliding on the ground. And he would go and like fight people, like sliding around and just like, never should have come here. I'm just like, the third bad guys were just like hitting in the air in front of where he was. I was losing it. I just couldn't stop laughing for like, I think an hour. I mean, you can hear me. I'm losing it a little bit just thinking about it. If I think about it too much, it's bad. It's bad. Oh my god. I might have, like, I don't think I have a screenshot, because you can't really get a screenshot of, like, something that's funny in motion, specifically. But yeah. No, it's cray-cray. Oh yeah, so that, and then I am also playing some Marvel Rivals sometimes, and then sometimes I play Monster Hunter World a little bit, and then sometimes I tend to get an external hard drive to record things on. Then I'd run out of space like really, really, really fast. But it's not about the recordings. It's like I can't really share the recordings with people because they have like real life names in there, and that's bad. I didn't play it as Jellycat. I played it as Jellycat's alternative persona. I don't know how to... How does one refer to oneself in a different form? I do not know. Yes. Jellycat. Yes, my skin suit. Oh, no, I hate that. No, I instantly hate those words. No. Oh, man. Fallout games on Windows 10 Plus. 0 issues on Linux. Surprising, actually. Yeah, actually, a lot of things do run surprisingly well on Linux these days, I will say. But, yeah. Oh my gosh, speaking of which, I was looking at some old emulators recently, but like, oh my gosh, some of these games are really, really, really old. This flash drive is super old. Crazy, you know. Recordings, yeah, it's video editing. Oh, see, video editing, the problem is I do not have the time. No, no, no. No time for the video editing. But maybe. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll look at that video, see if I see the skateboard thing. Because if I could get literally even just like 20 seconds, even if it's just me laughing. DaVinci Resolve. Oh, maybe. You know what? I'll take a look at the video. I'll take a look at the video at least. And I'll see. Because at minimum, like, I kind of want to watch it again. And then I could put it on the same YouTube that I use for this. And I'll be like, hey, people, I put a thing on my YouTube. Here's a thing in the chat. It's from the real lives, but it is the funniest thing ever. And I would recommend everyone who can to play Skyrim together because it is a hoot and holler and so broken. It's the brokenest thing ever. Anyway, speaking of broken, I should play the game. It's not broken, but maybe my control. I talked for so long, my controller disconnected. I don't know how to respond to that. It's kind of rude. Oh, it didn't. It thinks I'm doing it based on, okay. Yeah. All right, hold on. The controller's not connecting. So let me try rebooting. Look at that beautiful gray screen. Isn't it lovely? Is that audio Discord? Oh, that is smart, yes. No, for the most part, I mean, I do have desktop audio and mic separate. Like, I just don't know if it saves that in the video file. Does OBS save it as separate audio tracks? Okay, like, why is this not? Oh, now it's working. Okay, I don't know what happened, but now it's suddenly working. Okay, where were we? Kano? Couldn't just leave him like this. No, that's not. No, time chart. Bad end. Right, I don't know how to solve this. Everyone else is on a to be continued except for Osawa. Not go whispering. I feel like the whispering is fine. I feel like that's normal. Okay, looking for the jump. If you tell it to. Oh, okay. Hi, Kira. Happy lurking. Hold on, I think it's literally if you click on this and then I click on the thing. Who do we jump to? No, not that button. Okay, so it's really annoying that if you click the wrong button, jelly clean. If you click the wrong button, it does the thing. It was fine. Need another jump. Person in the cat suit. We jumped and got it there. Did no one jump to Kano? Kano just like... I don't think we can fix it from here. There's no choice anywhere else. Thank you, thank you. No separate arrows. I mean, maybe another time because honestly, I won't use it anytime soon. So I'll probably look into it later. But thank you for offering, really. I just know that Here's the thing I've unfortunately learned with my ADHD. If I learn things before I need to use them, I will instantly forget them. I cannot focus on things that I do not need to learn for some purpose. Unless it's like random cat facts. But if it's something like that, I will not remember. So, thank you. But I will have to ask you when I actively want to do it. I wish there was a way to speed up the text. Assuming you remember. I mean, I'll remember that you know how to do it. That's the fun fact that I've learned. Might be stuck. I really, really hope I'm not stuck because, like, it would be lame if I'm not stuck. Because, like, we fixed this part. Put things outside when I first. Oh, weirdly, I'm like the opposite. I will forget. Sure, I might forget to do a thing later, but like I'll remember if I need to do something where I need to find the information. That's one of the things that sticks in my brain, which is actually quite useful. Let's look for kind of clue with this, because thought we agreed on 4 o'clock. Yeah, it's basically he needs to not be there, but I don't know why he's there. Because, like, I've tried to tell him to go other places and it doesn't do anything. Pull hand off. I need to go all the way to the bad endo, unfortunately. So click. Is there a way in the settings to like make the speed faster? Auto save, yes. Vibration. No, that's it. Nope, just gotta talk about other things while I'm waiting to be able to allow to read the ending of the bad end again. Like, I'm literally pressing the down button, which is the only thing that kind of lets me skip ahead, but not completely. I don't understand why I can't literally, like, why they did not have some kind of skip button. Like, and I mean, like, just a normal skip, like, multiple kinds of skip button, like the kind of one they have now, but also the one that lets me just, like, go faster. Oh, see, like, now. See, like, I do this, it'll let me, like, look at it. But if I click on it, it's like, nah. You have to read it. It's kind of funny that we're the opposite. I'm gonna have some tea while I'm clicking the A button repeatedly to be allowed to look at the ending here. Kana was taken off the case. He's lost track of the suspect. The father-daughter duo hadn't shown up. This wouldn't have happened. A certain someone needs to give them two better advice. A certain other someone needs to meet them with them outside his or her house. Okay. So the problem is that doesn't change no matter what. Okay. Yep, outside of this house. Father, no. Yama. Tell him to just lay low and keep where he is, probably. I think. Keep your head down, stay out of trouble, stay where you are now. Find some place to hide, lay low for a while. Outside of Who leaves the house? Very weird sound again, because like if we go too far, because like this is the beginning of the news and stuff. Is it going to be like outside of his house or something? Lab security. Ah, yes. Just have to ask Makino in person. Okay. Makino take it from the laboratory personally or someone working his motors? So. That didn't... Oh, that changed something? Is it really just... Okay, so no, we've been here. No, I remember this. Have like 2 swamp things. Okay. The plunger. Why does the plunger have the keep out on it now? Okay, maybe we'll try pushing him out. Like, if you want to talk, we can do that there. She'll have to knock out of the bathroom. Hold on, wait. Okay. Well, it's the same keep out. Like, we're at this keep out no matter what. It's literally all of these choices. It's... Just try all of them at this point. Come on, knock it off. Lift the plunger like a weapon. Quiet. Yeah, it's all the same. No, I like the third one the most. We're going back to that because that was funny. I'm keeping that as canon. But the thing is, we can't get past this keep out without a jump. We need a jump to get further. Alright, do as you wish. And it saves. Yeah, see, it saves. We're at C again. By the station. No, we need that to be the same. Continued. Pursuit. This jump goes to the... Hold on. Oh my god, really? Okay, so the jump we had before, which would have cleared it before, didn't... Okay. Okay, alright, so next time I have a keep out, I'll check my previous jumps and just make sure. Okay. So I was right. It is this. It is this guy. Stuff. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, imagine the parts where like these keep out moments. Like, they had to keep you from just getting to the end of someone's story, right? So they had to have things that would block other stuff, and they had to have other timelines interact with each other. So this is kind of one of them. But it's not from, like, the choices you make. It's by, like, looking into a thing and clicking go. Okay, but at least I know what else to do next time I'm stuck. Here, take a look at this. Huh? Osawa could never have anticipated what he saw on the LCD screen. It was an email from Hitomi. Stifling an exclamation, he scanned the contents of the message. There's a man following me. He has a gun and I think he's trying to kill me. I'm safe for the moment, so try not to worry. Could you imagine? Okay, could you imagine a parent getting a text like, oh, there's a guy with a gun following me, trying to kill me. Don't worry, don't worry. The kidnapper warned me, told me not to contact my family or the police. Please keep this email a secret. But didn't Hitomi give the kidnapper the ransom, Osawa said? What could anyone want with her now? Tanaka shook his head, uncertain. He wouldn't know any better than I would, I suppose. Do the police know about this? And if so, why haven't they said anything? He felt himself start to tremble, and he searched for answers in Tanaka's silent gaze. Do you think this could be related to that other thing? And I doubt it. If it were, why would they go after Hitomi? I suppose you're right, but Osawa was shaking outright now. Tanaka laid a hand on his shoulder. First, just calm down and let's think about what we know about the kidnapper. His composure helped Osawa keep himself under control. They've taken Maria, the vice director continued quietly, along with a ransom of 50 million yen. And now they're after Hitomi. His gaze sharpened. Do you think this could be someone who has a personal grudge against you? A grudge? Osawa considered. He couldn't think of anyone who would have a reason to attack him. He'd been too caught up in virus research since his time in school to form any hostile rivalries. I'm trapped in Silent Hill. Don't worry, I'm only experiencing horrors beyond human comprehension. What? Right? Like, oh my god. Maybe someone's jealous that he became head of a laboratory, he suggested doubtfully. He'd held his position for years at this point. Why would that spur someone into kidnapping his daughter now? I like how they went through the effort to get this shot from inside the toilet. Very important. Has anything happened recently? Tanaka asked. Anything strange since you got back from overseas? Since I got back? Sawa's heart skipped a beat, then started pumping faster. The first thing that came to mind was solicitation he'd gotten from the American laboratory. If he accepted the offer, it would put Okoshi Pharmaceutical in quite a bind. Possibly enough to warrant someone holding a grudge over it. But the only other person who knew about the potential transfer right now was his wife, Ai. No, Osawa said. Nothing. Not that I can think of. He couldn't bring himself to discuss the transfer with Tanaka. He felt a surge of guilt for contemplating leaving his trusted assistant behind. If he did make the move to America, he planned to recommend that Tanaka replace him as department director. Still, he didn't expect that to make up for his abandonment. Alright, I'll see what information I can find then. The kidnapper had forbidden any contact with either family or the police, but Tanaka was outside that circle and he knew how to handle himself with discretion. Sorry to have to put this on you, Osawa said. Waterboarding the camera in the toilet. Poor camera. And thank you. For now, let's see if we can get Hitomi to exchange some more emails. An uncomfortable thought suddenly occurred to Osawa. He blurted out without thinking, "Why do you have my daughter's contact information on your phone?" Tanaka gave him a worried look. "Sir, I promise I can explain once all this is over." With that, he stepped out of the bathroom. He returned to the plunging. Something in the tone of his final words left Osawa to wonder. Could it be that Tanaka and Hitomi were dating? What? No. He hoped dearly for that to not be the case. Their age difference alone made the idea a disturbing one, let alone so many other considerations. Mamoru Tanaka is 40 years old, Hitomi is 19. This makes him just over twice her age. This does not necessarily mean, however, that they could not date or fall for each other. Many couples with such an age difference between them wind up in a happy, committed relationship. Okay, alright. Someone wrote this. Trying to put aside his paranoia, Osawa resumed his struggle with the clog in the toilet. Most clogs are caused by a buildup of flushable paper products or by solid objects inadvertently dropped into the toilet bowl. But shockingly enough, on a very rare occasion, they'd be caused by someone taking a dump that just happens to be that big that it gets stuck in the pipe. Apologize to anyone who might be eating right now. Oh, goodness. Kajiwara appeared, still toting the bucket. You seem to be having a lot of trouble there, sir. You made it sound like the whole mess was Osawa's fault. Of course I am. Never had to do this before. Really, I think the research you do would be a lot more difficult than this. Fixing toilets gives me far more trouble, I'd say. So it would seem. God, she's so weird. Kajiwara stood watching as if Osawa's efforts made an interesting show. I don't know the first thing about viruses, sir, but I don't find unclogging toilets to be that difficult. Oh yeah? So then how about you fix the damn thing? Kajiwara really was a world-class pro at pissing people off. You sure? You don't mind? Oh, he's excited. He wants to do it. Be my goddamn guest. Osawa shoved the plunger into Kajiwara's hand. Leaving the detective to handle the toilet, Osawa marched back to his study. No, you have to march outside. He turned on the CD player and lay back on the sofa, squeezing his eyes shut. Yeah, like, more than 20 years is a bit much. It's a bit much, because, like, there are some actual, like, because here's the thing. It becomes weird instantly, but it also gets super weird when one person is 60 and the other is 80. There's a massive difference in the things that a 60-year-old is able to do and an 80-year-old is able to do. And the 60-year-old is going to be the one who has to take care of the other one. The problem with big age gaps like that is, and especially since it's usually a lot of times, like, you have, like, especially in older, like, previous generations, relationships, you have younger woman, older man. You have basically the woman being stuck, being, like, doing geriatric care for, like, 10, 20 years instead of, like, enjoying their own twilight years. Like, that can absolutely happen. That could be a big problem. And, like, what on earth would those people have in common? Now, I really don't think that's what's happening. I am 100% sure that that's not what's happening. So that's a thing we'll find out in the story. But I know Hitomi is not doing that because that's just, I don't know, it's not her. He was seriously on edge. Kajiwara had totally broken his stride. What now? The door to the study slid slowly open. It's Detective Kajiwara. Oh my god, please don't come here without asking. My apologies, Mr. Osawa. I just wanted to inform you the toilet has been fixed. Right, fine. Osawa hardly cared. He just wanted this guy to give him a little peace. Oh my, is that really all you have to say, sir? Nary a compliment or an encouraging word. Maybe good job, Kajiwara, or you're getting a promotion. What? Oh, dude, read the room, even the tiniest bit. Plus, like, your hands are disgusting. You're coming in here, drippy hands. Like, why are your hands dripping? Like, what happened? And, like, dude, like, he didn't do this. Like, one of your detectives, you might have even, like, listen, imagine if he was the one who clogged the toilet. Like, if he just took the biggest dump of his life and then came in here and be like, I just cleaned up my own poo-poo. Please congratulate me. I'm a big boy. Like, what the hell? How are you a detective? I'm not sure I get your meaning, sir. You are completely clueless. I'd like to ask your superiors to replace you with a detective who knows how to take his job seriously. Mr. Osawa, with all due respect, it's unusual for a precinct detective like me to be stationed here at a victim's home. What's your point? Not to brag, sir, but I happen to be an exceptional detective. Turbo shitting for promotion. Listen, I mean, I guess it's just the next level of, like, pooping on the clock. Cause you gotta, like, you absolutely should, My boss makes $1, I make a dime, and that's why I poop on company time. But now the rhyme is more like, my boss makes $1 and I make a penny. And then there's something else, and I can't remember how it ends, and I'm so sorry, but you can Google it, and I probably will afterwards. Is it gonna bother me? Because there's a new rhyme, but still. Plumbers when they don't get any calls for the day, right? Just clog your own toilet. Listen, you gotta take pride in your work. You do what you love for a living, and you'll never work a day in your life, right? Like... In fact, I made an excellent showing in the Superstar Detective contest we had on our police social media service. What? Social media service, online platform whose primary feature is allowing people to connect with one another. The police-exclusive social media network that Kajiwara belongs to, Poxy, is very strictly regulated with any abusive language, slander, sexual content, or lame jokes deleted almost immediately. For a moment, Osawa thought the bolt of incredulous anger that shot through him was an onset of a stroke. How could a single person be so utterly infuriating? And you can't tell anyone about this, Kajiwara went on obliviously, but this summer, a new detective manga is starting up based on me. Detective manga planned for the serialization in the MPD's monthly PR magazine. The chapter titles have already been decided. Chapter 1, The Fabled Detective Kaji. Chapter 2, Kaji Howls at the Sun. Chapter 3, Kaji Rides the Rails. Chapter 4, Kaji at Daybreak. Chapter 5, Detective Kajak. Chapter 6, Kaji, Queen of the Street. It's Chapter 7, Look Out, Kaji! Chapter 8, Kaji, On the Edge. Chapter 9, Dance, Kaji Dance. Chapter 10, Space Detective Kaji, and so forth and so on. Taco Bell is hell for oh god, no. Because, like, most of the people doing the work at Taco Bell, cleaning the toilets and stuff, it's just some poor teenager who's on toilet cleaning duty, and I can't even fathom how awful that is. No thank you. Osawa spat out a peal of feigned laughter. A manga? I can tell you about the plot, sir. Would you like to hear about it? I would not. It's about a telecommunicating oh my god, detective who solves major crimes using his wits and his computer. Surely you'd like to hear about that, sir. I really wouldn't. I know I may not look it, but I'm pretty handy with computers. Kajiwara's eyes drifted over to Osawa's desktop. Gross. His hand darted over to the mouse. In a matter of moments, he cleared the screensaver and booted up a web browser. Hey, Osawa barked, don't touch that! But he was too late to stop the detective. The monitor showed the page for AyaNet, a fan page devoted to Aya Kamiki. Osawa's imminent rage stroke was beginning to make his vision grow fuzzy. You come to this site regularly, sir? Regularly? Well, I'm not sure. Osawa trailed off, feeling the heat of a blush flare on his cheeks. There's a lot of stuff on this site. Is there a section you primarily spend time on? I mean, for my part, I really only go to the fan forums for folks 40 and over. A twinkle of curiosity in his eyes, Kajiwara appeared at the computer screen. Having his privacy invaded to this degree was the ultimate disgrace. Alright, Osawa huffed. You're an amazing detective, Kajiwara. Just incredible. See you in a new light now. Now, would you please? Get the hell out of my room. We tried to usher Kajiwara. Please leave me alone. He needs to go outside. Please, leave me alone. He got up to leave the study. Sir, hold on. There's something I wanted to give you. Kajiwara reached into his pocket. I don't need a damn banana. Would you like to hear about my manga? No. So basically, the plot is... No. Sawa fled the room. He needed to be alone, if only for a few moments. But even if he could somehow shake Kajiwara, the other detectives had lies all over his house. He had reached the limits of his patience. He couldn't even think straight anymore. He headed for the back door, trying to avoid the police. Opening the door quietly, he slipped across the yard and out through the back fence. He didn't want to venture too far from the house. He found a tiny alley and took cover there, thankful for a few moments at last. A few moments to himself. He hadn't been there long when he caught sight of a man and a young girl, a father and his daughter? I knew it. Running past the main road, it looked as if they were running from something. The man flashed a look back over his shoulder, then took his daughter by the hand and pulled her off the road. They crouched behind some bushes, hiding. As he looked around, wild-eyed, he spotted Osawa watching him from the alleyway. Help! The man called out, help me, please! If these guys catch me, Oh! The father's eyes went wide when he caught a look at Osawa's face. You're... Huh? Osawa thought he recognized this fugitive too, though he couldn't remember from where. There's some real nasty guys after us, the man said. I know I have no right to ask you this, but please, at least help me keep my daughter safe. Probably you should go to the police if... No! They won't be able to help me with this. Please, I'm begging you, help me. I'm sorry, but... Please, if not me, then at least help my daughter, the man pleaded. Osawa looked down at the girl. Unlike her father, she was calm and reserved. She reminded him of Maria just a little. These people need professional help. Osawa couldn't stand idly by. He decided to help them evade their pursuers. Alright, follow me. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. He led the two back to his house and into a storage shed out back. You can lay low here for a while if you like. The shed was fairly large, and there was plenty of space for the man and his daughter. "I'm so sorry," the man said. "Not sure I could possibly thank you." Don't worry." Osawa closed the shed door and headed back on to take a look. Two thuggish-looking men came running up to him. No doubt these were the people the father and daughter were running from. "You there," said the one in sunglasses. "You seen a guy and his daughter around here?" "Taro Toyama and his daughter Hana. They've come to Shoto Rikawa." Why would I need to jump to there? But why? Oh, I'm pretty sure we're good with this. It just sort of takes me to here. I guess there's more than one way to unblock this? "They should have come by this way." There was a hint of menace in his voice. "Man, his daughter? Oh, yes, I think I saw them run through here." This way they'd go. That way. Sweet, we almost got him. Hare sped away. Sawa waited till they were fully out of sight, then called out to the shed. "All right, they're gone." The door stayed closed, however. "I'm really sorry," the man called back from inside. "Those guys might come back this way. Is it okay if we hide out here a little while longer?" He sounded desperate. Pitiful, really. Sure, go ahead," Osawa said. With that, he headed back inside. Evidently, he just wasn't going to get any time alone today, no matter where he went. Oh my god. Osawa groaned inwardly when he got back to his study. "You're still here?" "Yes, sir. I was told to keep my eyes on you after all." "Believe me, it shows." "Mr. Osawa, if you're going to go outside, I'd appreciate it if you let me know first." What? Kajiwara realized he'd snuck out of the house, but more importantly, Kajiwara reached back into his suit pocket. "I've been meaning to give this to you." He held a small plastic bag. Inside was a scrap of paper of some sort. "What's that?" Osawa asked. "This is what was clogging the toilet, sir." With some hesitation, Osawa took hold of the bag. Huh? That's... The passenger name here is listed as Kenji Osawa. The plastic bag was a plane ticket. Specifically, the one for his upcoming flight to the U.S. the following week. He'd left it on his desk. How'd it wound up getting flushed down the toilet? "This looks like it's pretty important, sir," Kajiwara said. "I must say, it was pretty careless of you to accidentally flush it." A wry sort of smile came to his face. "Although," the detective added, "I suppose the question of who flushed it is another matter entirely." Osawa was at a loss for words. Someone had tried to flush his plane ticket on purpose. He was sure of it. Your wife hates you, dude. But, like, we all knew that already. He knocked on the door to Ai's room, but there was no response. Didn't look like she'd gotten back home yet. Osawa let himself in. The stinging scent of her perfume pervaded the room, which was decorated all in white. Clothes were strewn all about as to put her slovenliness on display. She'd been like this ever since they got married, and Osawa had long since stopped caring. It must have been Ai who'd tried to flush the ticket. He knew she didn't want him going to America, but still, couldn't she have found a better way to get rid of it? Thanks to her, he'd been stuck hunched over the damn toilet fighting with a plunger. Osawa sat down on the bed amidst the brand-name clothing. He spotted something odd down by his feet. It was a gold cigarette lighter. Just when had Ai picked up smoking? Osawa picked up the lighter and set on the shelf next to the bed. He started out of the room, but stopped as he noticed a scrapbook on the bookshelf. The rest of it was filled with fashion magazines, and so the scrapbook definitely drew his eye. Curious, he took it down and opened it. The book was filled with articles and write-ups about the results of Osawa's research and the company's various achievements. Flipping through the pages took him on a trip down memory lane. There was even an old company memo welcoming Tanaka on board as his new vice director. There was a photo of Osawa shaking Tanaka's hand at the party celebrating his new position. It was a little peculiar to think that she had bothered to keep something so trivial. A series of magazine articles was nestled between the pages further into the book. These hadn't been clipped out for inclusion in the scrapbook itself. Osawa glanced through them. Floundering Okashi Pharmaceutical arranges marriage of political convenience. It was a self-indulgent piece from some rag called the 4-Star General Gossip, from after he and I had gotten married. What the piece had first run, he'd been too furious to read it. How he gave it a quick looking over was pretty much exactly what he'd expected. It talked about how one of the corporate directors had sacrificed his own daughter in order to keep one of his researchers on board. Sacrifice. Allowing someone else to come to harm for one's personal gain. In this case, the term is used figuratively, not literally. Referring, of course, to Makino offering Osawa Ai's hand in marriage. Rumors abound of marital strife between the newlyweds. The article went on to talk about how Ai had been dating another man before she and Osawa had gotten married. The whole thing was a bunch of puerile rubbish. Any marriage involves some kind of calculated self-interest after all. Not to that degree. Whatever the reasons for their union, nothing changed the fact that I was now his wife. No, it matters. It matters, dude. Like, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what his parents' relationship was like if he thinks that, like, this is even remotely a reasonable marriage in any way, shape, or form. The game would explain the concept of food if it was important. Yes. You know what? One day it was gonna tell me something about food. With a faint sigh, Osawa put the scrapbook back on the shelf. Feeling disconsolate, that's a new word to me, he returned to his study and began flipping through his CD rack. His eyes scanned for Aya Kamiki's album, For Tomorrow, Forevermore. A lot of her more experimental numbers were on that album. Given how discombobulated he felt right now, it was what he needed to hear. Again, Osawa reflected on how there'd been a time when he didn't care about music at all. He'd simply purchased copies of the most popular CD in the moment as his birthday presents for his two girls. And that just happened to be an album by Aya Kamiki. Hitomi was thrilled by the gift, but Maria hadn't seemed terribly fond of it. Next day, she tossed her copy back on the father's desk. Figuring that throwing it away would be a waste, Osawa had stuck it in the CD into his computer to give it a listen. He was immediately bombarded by an intense beat bolstered by bold, uplifting vocals. Aya Kamiki wrote her own lyrics, which did a fine job of conveying the emotions of a teenage girl. Basically just unhappy, no comfort, no fun. To be fair, he apparently hasn't even taken the time to get to know his, Osawa's not a good father, he's not a good husband, he's not really, good at being a person. He's a good virologist. That's it. After listening to just one track, he was well and truly hooked. Before the day was out, he had purchased her entire discography. I mean, he can afford it, he muttered. For Tomorrow should have been in the CD rack, but there was no sign of it. Where the heck is it? Why isn't it here? For a moment, he wondered if he was going crazy. Then he remembered. It was at the lab. He'd wanted something to listen to on break at work, so he brought the album there. Damn it! Not being able to listen to it made him want to hear it all the more. It wasn't like he could just go out and buy another copy right now either. He'd just have to borrow the copy he'd give to Hitomi all those years ago. Unable to contain his need to hear the music, he went into Hitomi's room. There, he quickly rummaged through the CD rack beside his daughter's bed. Part of him felt like he was being a little sneak thief. According to the email Tanaka had shown him, someone was trying to kill Hitomi. Under the circumstances, he knew that what he was doing was ridiculous, yet he still couldn't resist the impulse to find the CD. But his efforts were to no avail. There were no Aya Kamiki CDs in the rack at all. Osawa pulled out every CD on the rack, but they were all classical music. He slumped back in disappointment. It had to be somewhere in her room. Osawa jumped at the sound of his cell phone, fumbled to get out of his pocket. Makino's name was displayed on the LCD screen. I'm out front. That was all Makino said before hanging up. Hurriedly, Osawa began tidying up the CD rack. Make a good umbrella. Yeah, apparently. He might work for basically a version of Umbrella. No one knows. I mean, considering what the virus stuff he was working on and the cure and what the cure does, it's not great. As he worked, he thought about what he was going to say to Makino. To think that someone had violated corporate policy to such unethical ends sullied his research. Saul wasn't about to let anyone get away with it. What are you gonna do? And yet he was about to leave Hitomi's room. A sudden uncertainty gripped him. He hesitated. Did he have any right to condemn Makino for running trials in secret? His hand began to sweat as he gripped the doorknob. No, he didn't. How could he? His hands were dirty and all this too. We need to keep this a secret, just between us. It'll be fine. We've already cleared animal testing. Who'd you test on? The memories hovered. Osawa himself had already administered the antiviral to someone, hadn't he? It was the only way. Muttering to nobody in particular, Osawa trudged towards the front door of his house. I don't like Osawa very much anymore. It was like cool, interesting plot. But like as a person, I don't like him. He's not a good dude. Now we can finally continue here. Not get the bad end. I think we'll finally get to the next hour. The two detectives took a position on opposite sides. Yeah. Okay, I am so done with this part. I'm gonna drink more tea while clicking the A button. Wow, I found the adjust brightness button. There's a whole button which lets you change the brightness. Like a whole, like, to let you know just how ridiculous this is. Neither of the two triggers work. The left trigger does nothing. The right trigger, however, lets you adjust. But 3 completely dead buttons in one just to be like, would you like to adjust the whiteness? Maybe? Like, there's the summary button. That's pretty neat. Like, the fact that most of these buttons are dead. Oh, hello. The second man approached the one holding the attaché case. After exchanging a scant handful of words, he took the case and walked off. Sasayama, I'll handle the guy with the case. Got it. Sasayama broke into a run, chasing after the man who'd taken the ransom. Kano hung up his phone and rushed to close the distance with the other man. Imagine there's a puzzle that requires the brightness. Oh no, please. You there, stop where you are. The suspect turned and Kano recognized his face. He was indeed a member of the foreign crime syndicate that operated in Shibuya. Is the hostage safe? Kano demanded. The man's only response was an unsettling grin. Answer me. Although he repeated the question, the man remained silent. He may not speak Japanese. Kano took out a pair of handcuffs and reached for the suspect's wrists. Handcuffs, equipment used by police officers to shackle suspects. In Japan, the belt that makes up the part of the officer's duty uniform has a storage pouch for a pair of handcuffs. The man pulled a knife from his breast pocket and swung it right at Kano's face. Kano managed to jerk away in time, but his momentum carried him too far backward. He sprawled onto the pavement. Damn it. The suspect was already making a run for it. Suddenly, a large car of foreign make skidded to a halt, blocking off the man's escape route. A tall Caucasian man jumped out. He wore sunglasses and a crisp suit. Now cornered, the fleeing suspect brandished his knife. Be careful! But Kano didn't even have time to finish shouting his warning. There was a metallic ping, and the knife went flying through the air. The man in the sunglasses had snapped his right foot up, sending the weapon flying. As the attacker's jaw dropped in astonishment, the newcomer proceeded to elbow him right in the face. Who is this man? The blow connected and the suspect went down hard. Ow. The fallen man turned his head to look at Kano. His mouth moved as if he was attempting to say something. He never got it out. The man in the sunglasses kicked him in the face. With a groan, the perp slumped down, unconscious. Hey, what the hell are you doing? He stormed over to the man with the sunglasses. Okay, Agent Smith. The man nonchalantly dusted off his suit. You were ordered to watch and see where these guys went, right? He spoke in fluent Japanese. Imagine that you are a Japanese person who's never been in a situation where you suddenly had to speak to a foreigner. You haven't used English in ages. Your tension grows. You think back to English class in school, but nothing you remember is helpful. You muster up the courage to choke out a stammer. Do you... The foreigner responds fluently in your own language. Nihongo de daijoubu desu. It's okay, I speak Japanese. What happened to that Japanese sense of honor I've heard so much about? Who are you? From the U.S. Embassy's Regional Security Office. What? Oh no, the Americans! An embassy is where ambassadors from a foreign country lodge and conduct much of their official diplomatic business. Under international law, ambassadors are guaranteed diplomatic immunity, and the embassy grounds are considered territory of the home nation. The U.S. Embassy's Regional Security Office is responsible for the security of American diplomatic facilities and personnel, provides American citizens in Japan with information on public order. It's located in Akasaka, in the Minato ward of the Tokyo metropolis. He presented Kano with his ID. Jack Stanley. His title was listed as Security Assistance Officer. Kano glanced at the car he'd shown up in. The license plate was blue with white lettering. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs? But the ministry wouldn't just send some diplomat to intervene on a police investigation. Kano pulled out his phone from his pocket. Sasayama's name was displayed across the LCD screen. How are things on your end, Kano? I have the suspect in custody. How about you? Sasayama hesitated. He, got away from me. What about the attaché case? I'm sorry. He's still got to be around here somewhere. Gonna go look around more. Sasayama hung up. What's your name, detective? Jack Stanley asked as Kano was processing this new information. Kano, from the Shibuya precinct. Alright, Kano. I'm gonna need you to follow my instructions for the next while. Why's that? Instead of answering, Stanley took out his cell phone and made a quick call. After a few moments, he held the phone out for Kano. Here, permission from your boss, he said. What? Kano squawked. He took the phone gingerly, bracing himself. Kano speaking. You imbecile! What the hell are you thinking? They're here for your cheeseburgers. Yes, the Americans have come. We have come here to make sure that cheeseburgers in Japan are in fact delicious and up to American standards. I bet they're better. I bet they're 100 times better. It was Kuze and he was furious. Understandably so, really. Kano disobeyed a direct order, and for what? All he'd accomplished was a losing track of the attaché case. Sorry, sir. You really think sorry is gonna cut it? You're off the force, Kano. Kano slumped defeated. He had no reply. He knew he deserved whatever punishment he got. Still, orders from up top didn't trump the hostage's safety. If he could have gone back and done it all again, he was sure he'd make the same call. Maybe that meant he wasn't detective material, but so be it. That's what I want to tell you, Jose continued, but for now, I need you to follow the instructions of the guy there, Stanley. Do whatever he tells you. Sir? Kano hadn't seen that one coming. He'd disobey orders, that was undeniable, and yet he knew he deserved a reprimand. But being ordered to tag along with some stranger who just turned up out of the blue? What the heck? May I ask why the U.S. Embassy is involved with this? No more questions, Kano. Step in line. Please, just hold on. Sir, I have no idea what's going on, sir. Kuze let out an exasperated sigh. That makes two of us, kid. And with that, the director hung up. It sounded like even Kuze didn't have the whole story here, which meant that orders were coming from someplace higher. A foreign syndicate moving the ransom around, the U.S. Embassy. Whatever was going on, it was more than just a local kidnapping case. Kano was deep in the middle of it. He handed the phone back to Stanley. A few moments later, two detectives from the MPD arrived on the scene. Stanley handed over the fallen criminal to them. Chasing a bum lead, you know, Stanley said as he watched them carry the man away. What do you mean? Kano asked. I mean, this kidnapping isn't about the money. My priority is the girl's safety. Right now, your priority is doing what I tell you to do. Kind of gave him a scowl, but Stanley ignored it. That guy we, just arrested. He tell you anything? No, nothing, Kano said. Really now? All trace of emotion drained from Stanley's eyes. His gaze pierced Kano like icy daggers. It held a glimmer of something dangerous. Something Kano had seen plenty of times since he joined the force. He wasn't looking into the eyes of some diplomatic liaison. No. This was a man who knew how to kill. Who'd killed people before. With some effort, Kano managed to regather his sense of professionalism. He didn't tell me anything, he repeated. I just know he's a member of some foreign crime syndicate that works out of Shibuya. Probably knows some of their hangouts. Show me, Stanley said. Cool as an automation. As an automaton. We'll take my car. Kano wiped away some of the sweat that had beaded on his brow as I headed for the vehicle. McDonald's Japan is higher quality? Yes. Yes. McDonald's in Poland is higher quality than the US, and that shouldn't come as a major surprise considering the fact that a lot of their ingredients are still going to be sourced locally. So, surprise, surprise, did you know that local food and local ingredients are going to taste better than, like, unfortunately, a lot of stuff in the US is highly, highly, highly processed, but also mostly the biggest problem is basically the US decided that, like, instead of having, like, each city surrounded by farms and stuff that can support the city around them because they didn't, you know, because they basically existed during the times where travel was common, they didn't grow naturally. They kind of grew like little kind of cancerous spots, honestly, in terms of randomness and shenanigans. And so basically, like, all the farms are happening in, like, only a couple places. Just like there's some states which just hold most of the farms, and then it's like, oh, it's just cheaper to take trucks and take it everywhere. Listen, I know I'm pretty sure, I know you know this stuff, but, like, I was really surprised. Something was really basic. Cucumbers. Turns out they're delicious and don't taste like crunchy nothing water. Also, sour cream. Turns out it doesn't actually need to be sour. It can just be kind of really nice and lovely and a wonderful addition to things. I used to literally hate these things. I used to hate these foods. Well, specifically the sour cream. Every single time I would just be like, oh, no sour cream, no sour cream, no sour cream. I was wrong. I was just having bad sour cream. He was just sliding into the passenger seat when Kuze radioed over the wireless. Okie dokie, folks, listen up. Childish tone was back in his voice full force. Kano stiffened on reflex. He knew what that meant. So, Hitomi Isawa has, like, gone missing? What? Kano couldn't believe his ears. Wasn't Tateno supposed to be protecting her right now? Also, Detective Tateno has not radioed in. And, like, we can't reach him from our end either. No way, Kano blurted out. Can't be. So, yeah, Kuze continued, he might have gotten caught up in this incident, too. Wasn't like a detective of Tateno's stature to go an incommunicado during an investigation. Could only mean that something had happened to him. Something major. To be continued. Yeah, but now we got all of them on to be continued, so we get to continue. Hell yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people in the US who like these things. I mean, there are people buying cucumbers and sour cream in the US and it's normal and fine for them, but, like, it's just a me thing. And, like, I'll tell you one thing though, there's also basic stuff like milk more delicious here. But also, yes, if you live near a farm, you can also get, like, delicious stuff too. You buy stuff from farmer's market, but it costs $1 million bajillion. But, well. Who do we want to start with? Honestly, Kano is, like, the easiest place to start. He gets stuck the most often. Following Kano's direction, Stanley drove towards the crime syndicate's hangout. There was a good chance that this was where Maria was being held. The traffic was practically non-existent, and they made good time. They cruised down Miyamasuzaka, then passed the train station towards Dogazaka. All the while, the two men stared out the windshield, neither inclined to make conversation. They arrived at Shinsensho intersection. Take a right here, Kana said. You nervous? Stanley asked as he made the turn. $1 bajillion is only $2 more than grocery. Oh gosh, ain't that the truth. Now, eggs. Eggs, really, in the US, basically the best way to get eggs is to have a neighbor who has chickens. That's it. That's the best way to get eggs. Kano gave no reply. If the syndicate really was holding Maria hostage up ahead, he and Stanley might wind up putting her in danger by showing up there. It came down to it. Kano wondered, could he count on the man next to him taking the hostage's safety into account? He doubted it, but there was nothing he could do about that now. You had chickens? Oh, I feel like I remember you mentioning this at one point. I wish I had chickens, but like only kind of. I mostly wish I had a neighbor that had chickens because like I want chickens in my vicinity, but I don't want to be responsible for them every day. But having eggs sounds so nice. I love eggs so much. I could eat so many eggs every day if I didn't also like to eat other things. They arrived at the syndicate's hangout sooner than Kano had anticipated. We're a country kid. That's true. That is true. I guess it doesn't make sense. Lots of dogs, chickens, all that jazz. Do you miss it sometimes? Do you feel the nostalgia? I mean, there's good sides, there's also a lot of downsides. I'm aware of this too. The multi-tenant building in Tomigaya, southwest of Yoyogi Park. The ratty building looked like it might come crashing down at any minute. The Black Lodge sign out front looked deliberately ominous. Kano knew the place as a bar frequented by expats from various countries, as well as a hotbed of criminal activity. I'll take points, Stanley said. You back me up. They're just gonna go into they're a random bar, and they're just gonna go in with guns blazing. Pulled out a handgun from his suit pocket. It's a compact Glock, a model frequently used by the FBI or CIA. Glock 17, a semi-automatic pistol developed in Austria for police and military use, notable for its incorporation of large amount of polymer plastic into its design. A certain Hollywood film included a line of dialogue claiming that the Glock would not show up on airport x-ray machines, but since the gun barrel itself is made of metal, this is not true. Still, literally the only parts that suck is having to drive forever to get anything like grocery store and literal dial-up internet. Yeah, that would definitely be tougher. But there are definitely some good things about being, more in tune with nature and just life and being surrounded by animals. I miss animals. I miss being surrounded by animals. I'm surrounded by people all the time. And people, yes, technically animals. Not the same thing. Not the same thing. FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, an American investigative bureau established by the U.S. Department of Justice in 1908, has authority in matters involving crimes that cross state lines, as well as threats to public order such as espionage and terrorism. Generally speaking, the FBI conducts its activities within the United States. That is true. CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, one of the principal agencies of the U.S. intelligence community, according to Director of National Intelligence. Possessing considerable budgetary resources and a vast network of highly trained personnel, the CIA carries out intelligence gathering and covert operations, primarily overseas. In recent years, the organization has been devoted to major efforts to counter terrorism. Kano drew his own gun and the two cautiously made their way inside. They immediately heard some sort of ruckus from beyond the wooden door at the far end of the hall. Please don't let this be what I think it is, Kano thought to himself. Sweat beaded on his hands as he gripped his gun tighter. He heard the sound of glass shattering. Then came the sound of something heavy falling to the floor. Maria! Ignoring Stanley's previous order, Kano rushed ahead, kicked down the door, and stepped inside. He walked right into a massacre. There were nearly a dozen bodies sprawled out across the floor. He thought he recognized them all, the men who'd participated in the repeated attaché case handoffs. Each appeared to have been stabbed to death. That blood looks very much like raspberry jam. Had these guys all turned on each other? No, that couldn't have been the case. None of the victims was holding a knife, which meant that whoever had killed them would still be hiding nearby. No sooner had Kano come to this conclusion than he heard a muffled cry behind him. Stanley! The American was sprawled on the floor face down. Kano rushed over and knelt beside him. Stanley was dead, stabbed through the back. Wow. That was insanely fast. Without an instant's hesitation, Kano stood up again, gun at the ready. He scanned his surroundings, but there was no sign of the killer. But that was impossible. Stanley had been killed mere moments ago. Someone had to be here somewhere. It's behind you. Out of nowhere, he felt someone press the tip of his knife into his neck from behind, right at the base of his skull. How? He didn't notice anyone coming up on him. There wasn't even anyone else around. Nobody but the corpses scattered across the floor. Wait. The corpses? Kano hadn't checked them. Hadn't checked to make sure they were all really dead. With his last thought, he realized that had been his fatal mistake. Oh. I don't think we made any choices here, so... I thought they were dead. There's nothing that could be done for Kano now. Sometimes it's best not to rush things. They might have had their run-in if they'd turned up a bit later. There's someone who should cause a traffic jam at 1310. We should keep these two from meeting such a grisly end. Well, like I said, Kano gets stuck very quickly. So who could cause a traffic jam? I feel like it's Minorikawa. He's the one causing those kind of issues. We're about to find out. Right. Left. Minorikawa sprinted down Center Guide, dodging between oncoming pedestrians. Out of my way. Can't you people see him in a hurry? This place station myself, like small towns. Oh, yes. There are some really, like, the thing about small towns is you really have to pick the right one for sure. Because, like, some of them just don't have a nice vibe. It's just, like, feels like a ghost town or, like, just as dead as living in a suburb. But, like, there are some that are just actually quite nice and lovely and people go outside. Depends. That's true. Tama could cause one. We are chasing after a truck. Guess we'll find out. He stole a glimpse of his watch as he ran. It was just after 1 o'clock. The Burning Hammer sales demo would be getting underway any moment now. He could probably get an interview, even if he showed up late. Still, he wanted to get to the venue ASAP to get a feel for things before they started. Best time to scope out an event was before it started and after it ended. This was something he'd learned from Toyama. Everything he knew about journalism, the publisher had taught him. It had been a combative education, Minorikawa learning despite himself as the two men constantly butted heads. Oh, give me a break. What's wrong with my article? Minorikawa shouted. His voice was loud enough to carry throughout the editing department. Shut up, I told you to rewrite it, so rewrite it. Toyama sticking to his guns. Minorikawa recalled the scenes from days when the two men had worked at the same newspaper. Toyama was his boss. At the time, Toyama was the copy editor for local news. Known as the Red Pen Gatekeeper, he would go around checking young reporters' copy like mad. Due to his vigorous efforts, a great many articles had never made it to the page. Lived in a ghost town before, they're not that bad. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, if you prefer more quieter places, then that can be nice. It's just, I don't know, I guess it's just me realizing that I hated the suburbs. I didn't know there were other options. I hated the suburbs. I was told I would hate cities even more. They're so loud, but like, I like people. I like talking to people. I like things that feel alive. It's nice. So, but that's the thing. Everyone gets to choose their own path and their own desires and their own tastes and their own life. And that's the point. That's the fun of it. What's wrong with it? Show me what's wrong. All of it. How can it be all of it? Co-workers stared, keeping their distance as the pair screamed themselves red in the face. His arguments had become a regular occurrence, regular enough that everyone had learned not to try to intervene. I poured my heart and soul into this piece. Go back and read it again. I could read it over and over and it'd still be the same thing. A load of self-important claptrap. Now calm down and write me a more neutral piece. neutral, taking neither of the two opposing sides. The media typically seeks to adopt a neutral stance in reporting the news. Frequently, however, biased reporting still results in one-sided thinking taking hold amongst the general public. In the end, it is up to the individual to make an objective assessment of any news event. Calm down, you must be joking. I wrote what I feel in my heart. That's the one thing I refuse to back down on. Then it's the one thing that'll keep getting your copy rejected. Aren't you the one who told me to be bold and daring with my writing? Yeah, I did. But I don't remember telling you to write me garbage. By now, Minorikawa and Toyama were practically at each other's throats. Still, despite these almost daily shouting matches, Minorikawa never resented Toyama. Not really. How could he write a piece in a way that would shut Toyama up? Trying to figure out that was how he developed his skills as a reporter. Up until he quit his position at the newspaper to start his own publishing company, Toyama had been a stubborn old man in the finest sense of the term. Now a dying breed in Japan, the sort who'd be inclined to use knuckles before words to remedy a child's bad behavior. No. Good, that's good. Now a dying breed, knuckles before words for a child's baby. Yay! Hooray! I'm glad it's a dying breed then. If that's listen. No. Absolutely not. That's just, it's just no emotional intelligence. It's just, yes, inflexible and still emotionally brittle. Signature move is to drive a wayward kid out of the house with the exclamation, "You fool, you're no son of mine, I disown you." Only to wait a while, go find the son who's crying down by the dry riverbed and calmly murmur, "Come on, your supper's getting cold." Yes, and it's terrible, and it's traumatic, and it's cruel, and it's gaslighting, and it's all these things, and I hate everything about it. Thank you, game, for reminding me how much I hate that. But then, in order to keep his company afloat, at some point he had abandoned all his ideals and principles. It was disgraceful, just disgraceful. Thinking about it made Minorikawa's blood boil. It rankled him to know that such a pathetic remnant of a man had been such an influence on him. Reminded himself once again he needs to wrap up his current job as soon as possible. Depends on how you grew up somewhat. Grew up with the loudest thing being the guns my parents shot. Generally it was the wind, the rain, a lot of dogs running around the property. That feeling, the particular description was yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not a positive description, but still. By now, Minorikawa was getting close to the demo site. He increased his speed. He wound up barreling right into someone who was walking into a knick-knack shop. Knick-knack shop. Wait, what? 1 month followers only mode? Slow mode? Oops. It's all good, don't worry. It will get fixed. Thank you for trying to deal with the bot. It is all good. Because, clearing the chat just clears it on here, but it's still on the screen, which is important. Hooray! Thank you. A newly opened general variety store. The place is primarily a secondhand shop with posters inside proclaiming things like, "We'll take what you don't need," and "We buy computers at top prices." It was a girl about high school age. She jumped to her feet, then snatched Minorikawa by the collar. "Hey, watch where you're going," she snapped. Her upper body strength was impressive, to say the least. The chokehold she had on his neck made it almost impossible for him to breathe. He had to do something fast. We can punch the girl or apologize. Sorry, he bowed his head in apology. It was too much of a hurry to get caught up in an argument now. The girl didn't let go. Instead, she tightened her grip. "Look, I'm sorry for not looking where I was going." Minorikawa could barely croak out his apology. "Oh, fine, I'll let it slide this once," the girl said. She relaxed her hold with a scowl. "Wait, hold on," she murmured. She stared good and hard at Minorikawa's face. "Hey, you're Mr. Minorikawa." Surprised, Minorikawa gave her another look. "Miku? Yeah, wow, you do remember me." She smiled with delight, apparently forgetting she'd just been wringing his neck. "Wow, how long's it been?" she asked. "About 5 years, I think." "You still doing your bonsai stuff?" "Nah, I gave that up." Miku had been Japan's bonsai champion back when she was in middle school. The mention of bonsai likely calls to mind elderly hobbyists, but recently the art is attracting more young people, as there are other aspects of Japanese-style interior design. Varieties of cherry and maple, smaller than normal bonsai, are becoming popular with practitioners, as are fruit-bearing trees such as plum leaf apple. There are even spherical balls of soil covered in moss, shaped to look like cute little miniature planets, with plants growing all over their surface. That actually sounds really nice. So they said, oh yes. Yeah, I've moved around a lot, but honestly, so much of it was in the suburbs that until I came here to Poland. And no, actually, until I moved to Seattle, I had been exclusively suburbs. Then I basically had my life changed by that, and then moved to Poland. Whoa, huge different from the US, obviously. But yeah, I guess I feel like you've definitely changed a lot more settings than I have. But I still have at least a couple in my pocket. Pretty. One day, local delinquents had vandalized dozens of Miku's bonsai plants. Minorikawa had met her when he interviewed her about the incident. I want to get strong, she said. Strong enough to beat those guys up. And so, Minorikawa had introduced Miku to an acquaintance of his who ran a martial arts dojo. Well, you've sure gotten strong, all right, Minorikawa said. That's the sort of gal I am. Miku handed him a flyer. It read, Ladies, Mixed Martial Arts Pub Bride. I love this art. I unironically love this art so much. Listen, if I saw an advertisement for a dojo or class with this art, I'm in. A show pub that began as a side venture for a group of female mixed martial arts fighters who were facing financial difficulties. There's an octagonal ring inside the pub, and the rules state that anything goes between the young women who fight inside. Customers are able to take in the fights while enjoying their drinks. Present this flyer for a free drink. It's a place where you can watch girls fight in the ring while you have some drinks. Miku said, that sounds pretty fun, actually. Norikawa could feel himself pulled in all the wrong directions by the prospect. You should come see one of my matches sometime. I'm the reigning champion. Miku beamed with pride. Wait, you're the champion? Yikes, good thing I apologized when I did. In that case, I'll definitely have to swing by sometime soon. Right now, I'm in sort of a hurry, though. Oh, sure, Miku said. Catch you later, then. She headed in the shop as Minorikawa rushed off towards the sale demo. Fun side thing. At long last, he arrived at the Nokune building, where the event was being held. The wall by the elevator was plastered with posters about Burning Hammer. Get it or regret it, as seen in magazines. 100% weight loss. 100% weight loss. That's called death. This is blatantly false advertising, also death. The messaging was kind of a mess. It felt like they'd been thrown together at the last minute. Norikawa avoided the elevator in favor of the stairs, rushing up to the event site on the 3rd floor. Emerging from the stairwell, he saw more posters on the wall, pointing the way to the sales demo. He followed the arrows to a room deeper within the building. Surprising number of people. Opening the door, he saw about 50 chairs, most of them occupied by female attendees. There was a stage set up at the far end of the room, but no one was on it. It appeared the event had yet to begin. Norikawa quickly looked around over the crowd. Roughly half of the women were somewhat elderly. All of them looked like they could stand to lose some weight. Hey, buddy. And for some of them, at least, that ship had surely sailed some time ago. The crowd gazed at the stage with rapt anticipation. A beverage that allowed you to eat plenty and still lose weight was definitely an appetizing proposition. Oh, keyboard settings. Oh, I was thinking settings like location settings. I did not catch the drift that we changed things. Yes. Every setting customized? Oh, yes. Yep. No, that's the thing. I've actually tried using less and less customizations to settings just because that way, like, when inevitably I do have to change, it doesn't feel like everything is different now, please. But then again, I managed to get used to my work computer, which is a Mac. Sometimes I still get confused by it. I actually had a call today where a lady was like, oh, can you open this thing? I'm like, how? Oh, she just asked me if I could clear the cache, and I'm like, wait, where is that on the Mac? On the browser? I mean, it was in the settings, but like finding the settings wasn't as simple as just going to like, top right thingy. It's... Got it. Oh, I understand now. We went from tools to settings. Now I'm on the trolley. Thank you. Ah, well. Minorikawa was just gonna have to wait and see. He did his best to get his mind into journalism mode. Ladies, terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. At the presenter's cue, the cat mascot appeared and took the stage. The audience broke into applause. After waiting patiently for the applause to die down, the cat produced a small box from which she slowly pulled a pendant set with a blue stone. Certainly wasn't a diet drink, whatever it was. Minorikawa wasn't the only one who quickly realized this wasn't a burning hammer sample. After staring for a moment, the rest of the crowd began to fly into an uproar. Quiet! The cat shouted. Taken aback, the crowd quieted down. The cat held the pendant up so high that everyone could get a look at it. Do not take your eyes off this pendant. If you do, you will die. A jolt of panic shot through the room. Are we going to hypnotize the crowd? What? They must have had so much fun making these photos. Slowly, the cat began to swing the pendant back and forth. Minorikawa couldn't quite recall what happened after that. When he came to his sentence, he'd already pulled a 10,000 yen bill from his wallet, handing it to the man he assumed was the demo organizer. Yo, Tama can do hypnosis? In exchange, he received a pendant, the same one as the cat had been holding. I've done it, Minorikawa muttered to himself excitedly. Clutching the pendant in his hand, he could feel the energy it radiated coursing through his body. The cat's monotone chanting from the stage sounded in his ears like a chorus of angels. Overwhelmed by a feeling of ecstasy he could scarcely contain, Minorikawa repeated the words to himself. I've done it. With this, I'll be the greatest writer the world has ever seen. My articles will stir the emotions of the entire human race. They'll laugh, they'll cry, they'll tremble with fear, they'll jump for joy. No longer was the Pulitzer Prize a mere dream. It was practically already his. Pulitzer Prize, a prize awarded for excellence in journalism, literature, and music composition. Named for the American journalist Joseph Pulitzer, active during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, and administered by Columbia University, to whom he willed all his money in order to establish a journalism school. 3 Japanese photographers have been awarded the prize in the past: Yasushi Nago, Kyoichi Sawada, and Toshio Sakai. Minorikawa wanted to know. He needed to tell someone how excited he was. This miracle he'd attained wasn't just going to squander it on himself. Oh no. A journalist of his stature needed to share what he knew with all of humanity. He opened up his laptop. He booted up his word processing program. He deleted all the articles he'd been working on. He knew what he really needed to write. Special edition report on the Miracle Stone, only in 4-Star General Gossip's spring issue. The must-have stone already in many fashionistas' collection. Look out, world. A mysterious gemstone set to change international balance of power. Blessed by the Miracle Stone, get your hot stock tips here. Pages originally slated for the pros and cons of security cameras and washed-up screenwriters were instead filled with glowing praise and rave reviews for the miracles. What? Never had Minorikawa been more proud of his work. Back at 4-Star General Gossip headquarters, Minorikawa handed his articles to Toyama, who was sitting glumly at his desk. Toyama looked over them slowly, then there was a lingering silence. Finally he spoke, his voice subdued, but his words crystal clear. Yeah. This is all getting axed. Bad end. Desperate though he was for copy, Toyama still rejected Minorikawa's articles. Probably a good indication of how bad they really were. Maybe the Miracle Stone wasn't the breaking story Minorikawa wanted it to be. Tama and her pals really need to be selling Burning Hammer instead. They do. And it's interesting how that happened. How did we get to doing hypnosis? Tama, my girl. Why? The JRPG bandit technique of hypnotizing people into buying a scam, right? Bottles of burning hammer litter the pavement, shattered into tiny pieces of glass. Even if the recycling guy was really careless with the boxes, it shouldn't have caused this much of a mess. Looked like someone came along and threw them all over the place. The heck with this thing. Toss away the miracle stone, which has clearly brought me only bad luck. We can't have a product demo without a product, which in turn means I won't be getting paid for this whole fiasco. Up next, Tama learns how to summon Exodia. Or maybe a demon. Okay, we can do this. We can figure something out. Try to give myself a pep talk, but I hear doubt in my own voice. Try to brainstorm anyway. Finding inspiration is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. I wreck my mind for the best course of action. At long last, I arrive at a conclusion. Somehow or another, I'm going to have to sell some burning hammer. The flyers have already been handed out. People come to the demo expecting to get burning hammer. I may have to put in some new bottles and possibly water it down some, but getting the stuff sold is my only option. My eye has a light on one of the cardboard boxes, and I notice an odd mark stamped on it. Wait a second. I've seen this before. I recall something Cheery said earlier. This is the sort of thing they'd sell in 100 yen shops or something. The mark on the box is the same I saw at the shop that's selling the necklace. That's it. I can see if there's more at the knick-knack shop. Guided by this ray of hope, I head for the knick-knack shop as fast as I can run. Ray, a glimmer, a sliver, the ever-dwindling light in the distance. Point is, there's not much. As soon as I reach the main road, I crash right into someone. It's Chidi. Oh, hey, you find it? Yes, she makes it sound like it's not really her problem. Not yet, but I think we can stock up at the 100 yen shop. Words are hard to get out when I'm panting as hard as I am. For now, just stay calm and let the boss know. Got it. Leave it to me. Jerry nods and breaks back into a run. I'm practically praying as I rush into the knick-knack shop, where I immediately spot the cardboard box I saw earlier, still stacked up. Yes, I'm in luck. I dive into one of the boxes to check what's inside. It's packed with tiny bottles. There's no mistaking the noxious red liquid inside. That's burning hammer, all right. There's 50 bottles per box. There are 4 boxes total. Assuming each box is 100 yen, including tax, I can buy the whole lot with the 20,000 I've got in my wallet. Mr. Yanagashita was selling the bottles at the demo for 15,000 yen apiece. If we sell 200 bottles, I'll be able to pay him back no problem. Oh no. Whoa, what's the deal with you? Sales clerk guys go wild when he sees my getup. This stuff. I'd like your entire stock. Pointing the burning hammer, and the clerk makes an awkward face. I'm afraid that's already been sold. What? You mean like all of it? Nobody in their right mind could possibly want all of us. Yes, all of it, I'm afraid. I'm not gonna roll over that easily. Whether I earn that extra 20,000 or not hinges on whether or not I can get this stuff. Please, you've got to help me out. I'm afraid it's out of my hands. Could you get in touch with the buyer? Tell them I'm willing to negotiate. I suppose that wouldn't be an issue, but actually, would you mind waiting for a moment? She said she'd be by ASAP. Even as I'm speaking with the sales clerk, a girl wearing a hoodie comes in. She's got a tiny frame and a doe-eyed face. Hey, you've come to pick up something I reserved? This must be the customer the clerk was talking about. Please pardon my intrusion, but would you be willing to let me have these diet drinks? I bow extra deep and my costume head wobbles all around. Wait, what? I pay you double what they're worth. No can do. I've never seen this brand before. I'm super curious about it. Surely you don't need this many, though. I do. I make my living with my body. This is how much I'll need. Wow, sales clerk interjects. What sort of work do you do exactly? Martial artist. Fight at a place called Bride. You might have heard of it. It's one of the more popular hotspots in Shibuya these days. Oh, I know the place, sales clerk says, brimming with sudden excitement. That pub where they have cosplay martial arts competitions, right? Hold on, what are we talking about now? What's Bride? I've seriously never heard of the place. It's a nightlife spot where ladies cosplay as anime characters, but they fight for real. I've been wanting to check it out, but they've hit their membership cap. The sales clerk explains. At present, the exclusive Bride has already exceeded its allotted number of members and is not accepting new ones. Given the buzz about how both the costumes and fights are really something to see, memberships that are auctioned off online command quite high prices. Oh. So then, You must be pretty strong, huh? Says the girl. Well, I mean, may not look it, but I'm the current champion. The girl proudly adopts a fighting stance. Would you accept a challenge from me, I ask? A challenge? If I win, you have to let me have all of this. The girl breaks into a confident smile. Do you have any idea who you're dealing with here? She asks. I intend to find out. Oh wow, Sales Clerk explains. I have just got to see this. I'm glad to have him egging us on. If you're that set on it, then sure, I'll accept your challenge. Sweet. We've established our terms. Burning Hammer may yet be mine. This is so insane. She's just like, oh, I'll just challenge this strange girl to the fisticuffs. I've got to win this. Somehow or another, I have got to. I mean, I've got to be good at something. Facing off against this fighter is going to show me what I'm made of. I address my opponent. And by challenge, I literally mean... let's have ourselves a straight-up fight. The girl grins nice and wide, like she'd been waiting to hear me say that. Okay, you're on. Name's Miku, by the way. Challenge accepted. Let's find out. Do we have the skills? Probably not. But I have to see this, so I have to know. Miku and I march out of the shop. Out on the pavement, we stare each other down. If you win, I'll let you buy the Burning Hammer, Miku says. But if I win, I get to keep it, and you have to pay for it. What? Isn't that a little unfair? If you don't like it, then it's no fight, no deal. I don't have the time to rethink this. Alright. Ready whenever you are. Miku does a little brisk shadow boxing, throwing repeated 1-2 combinations. Shadow boxing involves practicing strikes, guards, and evasions against an opponent who's not actually there. Whoa, what's the deal? Something going on? It's a street fight. A number of people pass by, including a businessman, a couple, and some gruff-looking fellows. Some of them stop to form a crowd. Oh, Achi Endo and Hitomi Osawa are here. They passed by while running away from some mysterious foreigners. We'll come back to that later. Pretty gruff-looking fellows, and they start to form a crowd. Asawa Ozu and his underling, Yutaro Sagawa. True, Tom only uses first person. I don't know. Yeah, actually, you're right. It's mostly a lot of, like... oh, it's internal. That's right. We've also only heard her name once. Plan on grabbing lunch before heading to find their next targets. The sales demo has already started by now. I don't have time to goof around here. I watch as Miku starts up her footwork. A left jab. She's quick. I can see why she's the champion. Yeah! She immediately follows the jab with a wide right hook. Type of punch involves swinging the arm in a wide arc to strike the opponent from the side. In mixed martial arts bouts, it's common to see a fighter continue the momentum from a hook to catch the opponent by the arm, transitioning immediately into a takedown and pin. Jerk aside at the last possible moment, deliver a little swat to Miku's shoulder. Whoa! She slips off balance and pitches forward. Oh wow, what was that? The crowd has started clamoring. Miku rights herself and gets back into a fighting stance. What the? How? She doesn't seem to know what just happened. This time I watch as she unleashes a kick with her left leg from a distance. On reflex, I bring up my right hand and adopt a guarding stance. Gotcha, she calls out. It was a feint. There's a visual whump as a second kick connects, coming at me from a different angle. Whoa, what gives? My big mascot head serves to cushion the blow to the point that I barely feel it. Hey, yeah! She proceeds to unleash a string of additional kicks with her left leg, trying to defeat my fuzzy armor. Eventually, I catch hold of her foot. Holding her off balance, I begin to walk her backwards, making her hop awkwardly on one leg. What? A casual flip of my paw and Miku goes swirling towards the air. I did not expect this to be the actual correct answer. Fisticuffs. The crowd erupts into cheering and applause at the spectacle. Whoa, you're tough. Who the heck are you? As you can see, I'm a cat. A wry smile comes to Miku's face. To think a bride competitor would lose in a street fight. Guess it's time to go back to being an ordinary girl. Today is the day I retire. Ah, phew. Good match there. Miku clasps my hand firmly. But hey, I'm just glad that my last opponent was you. So precious and wholesome. Tama, turning lives around. I hoist the boxes of the diet drink. So how much does this come to? Says Silkwork. He shakes his head. Oh, don't worry about payment. You've more than earned it with that spectacular display just now. That was really something. Heck, I'm even shocked at what just happened. It's amazing what a little desperation will do for you. The move you used, that was some Aiki Jujitsu, yeah? Traditional Japanese martial art that emphasizes learning to anticipate opponent's first move and instantaneously counterattack. Skilled practitioners can toss and throw opponents with a simple touch. The art predates the development of the more pacifistic Aikido, and so some dangerous techniques still remain. Huh? Oh, I guess. I tilt my head non-committally. Come now, no need to be so humble. I'm a martial arts fanatic. I know my moves when I see them. Knick-knack shop owner. Taisei Yusuda watched roughly 350 martial arts fights a year. That's almost as many days as there are in a year. It's true. Fighting like a grappler defensive and just ends it with a grab. Listen, it's pretty solid. He's particularly fond of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Think about studying it himself. There's a dojo he's been eyeing, but he's rather timid. This only waffled non-committally outside the entrance to the place. He can call it whatever he wants if he's letting me have these drinks for free. This is going to be a lifesaver. Is that all the shopping you'll be doing with us today? Actually, come to think of it, I do have one request. Could you please not sell that necklace there? I promise I'll be back to buy it later. Sure, no problem. Sales clerk gives a deep bow. I did it. I managed to solve my burning hammer problem. Now I just got to get back to the sales demo. Yes. Oh, that must be awfully heavy. Here, why don't you use that dolly? Sales clerk indicates the hand truck in the corner. Thanks so much. I load the pile of boxes onto and rush back to the nook in a building. By now, the sales demo will be well underway. I need to get back as soon as I can. There's nothing to buy. The customers are going to leave, and everything I've gone through will have been for nothing. Come on, Tama, you can do it. Just gotta hurry. Charge for the demo, pushing the dolly ahead of me like a battering ram. Oops. Sorry to keep you waiting. You're late. What the heck have you been? Where the heck have you been doing? Mr. Yanagashita practically throws himself at me. The weight must have been killing him. Standing beside him is a man I don't recognize. We know who that is. We can't jump to him yet. He doesn't look like a customer. Okay, Tama, just come with me for a minute. I followed Mr. Yanagashita to the break room. Sorry I'm late. There was a whole bunch of stuff that happened, but look, I got the product back. Proudly opened one of the cardboard boxes. That's burning hammer. It really, really is. As Yanagashita clutches the box close, nozzling with it with his cheek. How's the demo going, I ask? I've got Chidi keeping them occupied with some magic tricks. Sneak a peek through the door and see Chiri guzzling an orange juice from a gigantic container, draining it in one go. Girl, what? That is actually incredibly impressive. Horrifying, but also extremely impressive. Like, what? How? Is that really a magic trick? If it buys us time, it's magic enough. Dang, girl. Hey, Ruby. Hello and welcome. Before long, the last of the juice is gone. Over in the corner of the stage, I see 6 more huge containers, all likewise empty. It's shocking to think she might have drunk all 7 of these dry. The audience erupts into sincere applause, like they've forgotten what they originally came here for. Yeah, she thirsty. Chiri comes back to the break room, positively drenched in sweat. Ugh, I think I should have stuck to doing invitations for a little longer. Now that was fantastic, Chiri. Mr. Yanagashita says, just fantastic. Thanks to you, we have enough time to get the burning hammer back. He bows profusely. Alright, now's the time for the main event. Chiri, go out there and guzzle some burning hammer. Get yourself all drenched in sweat. Got it? Aye, aye, boss. Tama, just go up there, smile all big, and say, this helped me lose a bunch of weight too. Got it? Got it. Good, now then. Yanagashita turns to a man I hadn't noticed before, who's been waiting quietly nearby. Of course, begging your pardon, miss. It's a service rep from the rental shop who proceeds to try to get me out of my mascot suit. Oh. Masamichi Fukuma, the employee of the Far East Costume Rentals, the only son of company president Shigemi Fukuma. He is one of the few people who knows what Shigemichi looks like, as his father is usually clad in a rabbit costume. Masamichi has harbored a strong dislike for both his father and mascot costumes ever since the old man showed up at school on Parents' Day dressed in his inevitable rabbit suit. Nonetheless, the son has acquiesced to his father's wishes, and someday he'll inherit the family business. Huh. Oh, that's odd. Rental guy tilts his head. What's the matter? Mr. Yanagishi does nervously. Yeah, this is a no-go. Rental guy pokes his finger at the back of my suit. This here zipper, it's all jammed up. It's gonna take a long time to get this thing off. What the hell? Yanagishi clutches the sides of his head. Rental guy tries tugging at the costume from various angles, hoping to free up the zipper. But like you said, it's no use. Meow. The rental guy's eyes widen at the sudden sound of a cat's mewing. Was that you? He looks at me confused. Did you hear a cat meowing? Yes. Was it you? No, not me. I'm as surprised as he is. I must be hearing things. Mr. Yanagashita and Chiri don't seem to have heard anything. Yanagashita's fuming. Just my luck. Finally found a cute model and the crowd's never gonna see her. Hey boss, Chiri says. Customers are gonna leave if you keep them waiting much longer. First competition. Woo! How did it go? How did it go? Day shift. Oh, yes, very much so. What do we do when we go out and make some more impressions? Chiriko's repertoire of impressions. A sea lion yawning. A harbor seal hailing a cab. A walrus reading sutras. A fur seal who can't reach the itchy spot on his back. A stellar sea lion taking a nap. That's a bit much. Oh, dead last. Ooh. Hey, you know what that means? That means that everything is just improvement. It's all uphill from there. And I mean, it's definitely got to suck, especially if you put a lot of time and work into it. But for reals, it's definitely means that you get to learn from some incredible people around you. It's always better to be surrounded by people who are better than you than the other way around. So think of it that way. Oh, we don't have any choice. Tama, you're just going to have to go out there dressed like that. Are you sure? Ask. As people go home, we're done for, he exclaims. Just go out there and get started. I'm counting on you two. Lady is terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. They look nonplussed. Chiri and I spring into action on stage. Now I'm proud to introduce you to the worldwide sensation that is Burning Hammer. The latest product from the West that has taken the diet world by storm. Every seat in the house is packed. That means there's about 40 people here. I need to sell 5 bottles to each customer in order to sell out. I'm hit with a sudden jolt of motivation. Allow us to explain just how this revolutionary new diet drink works its magic, Chiri begins. The plan is for me to describe how the drink works, then Chiri will demonstrate it with a taste test. All eyes are fixed on us. I begin. For the first time in human history, you can drink a single bottle and lose a whole kilogram. Just drink and burn that excess weight away. Astonished gasps rise up from the crowd. Just take a look at this marvelous red liquid. Even looking at it makes you feel like you'll be shedding weight, right? Here's how Burning Hammer works. It activates the capsaicin found in chili peppers. Capsaicin. The primary spice component of chili peppers is said to be effective for improving blood flow and stimulating the burning of fat. Because it is a severe skin and eye irritant, it's also an ingredient in some forms of pepper spray for personal defense. I pause to take a deep breath before continuing. And rapidly breaks down the triglycerides responsible for causing obesity. The term is frequently used in recent years to simply refer to the state of being overweight. Obesity in the clinical sense is a medical condition involving interrelated health issues, including excess body fat, hyperlipidemia, and hyperglycemia. Individuals suffering from obesity are at high risk of complications such as coronary heart disease, diabetes, and sleep apnea. They said, yes, activates capsaicin. 100%. Oh, this is the scammiest of scam drinks, and she knows this, and everyone will know it. Her response is better than I could have hoped. We're off to a terrific start. And now this young lady here will demonstrate Burning Hammer's effects before your very eyes. Chiri steps in the spotlight. Just wait till you see how much she sweats. Proof that the fat is being burned right there on the spot. Chiri holds a bottle of Burning Hammer up high. Cheers, she says. As she opens the bottle, however, one of the women in the front row speaks up. Hold on. She's already sweating pretty hard. She's right. Chiri is drenched in sweat from head to toe. Another woman chimes in, suspicious. That juice drink from earlier, that was just to make her sweat like that, weren't it? All of a sudden, the crowd's in an uproar. No, not at all. Drinking Burning Hammer makes you sweat way more than this. I rushed a towel off Cheery's sweat for her. Go on, hurry up, drink it down. Cheery's face screws up unpleasantly as she gulps down the bottle. And the sweat doesn't come. Why isn't it working? I exclaimed, the audience momentarily forgotten. Because I've already sweat out too much, Cheery replies, unfazed. Well, why were you sweating so much earlier? You were taking forever at the 100-yen shop. The crowd shifts an uproar into a riot. Did she say 100-yen shop? Scowling customers begin to close in. No, that's not it. You've got it all wrong. Please just listen. Okay, we can see what's going on here. Yeah, activates the heat receptors, of course. The situation's gotten out of our control. This product is so valuable that 100-yen shop is about the only way we could get it. Oh, goodness. Uh-oh. I think I just put my foot in it. Customers glare at me, their eyes bright with rage. Hunk a lamb chop? What? Please, let me apologize. Asking for forgiveness seems to be my only option. Nope. Kidding. That was just a joke. Hunk a lamb chop. It's a clumsy attempt to force it off, but it's my only option. She said hunk a lamb chop, I repeat, meaning that Burning Hammer is just so incredibly filling. Having just one tiny bottle will make you feel like you've eaten a big meaty meal. Yeah, that's what she meant. Excuse them, customer. Sure. Do they really sell this at 100-yen shops? Rats. It managed to distract them. 100-yen shop? What's that? Answer me. Do they really sell this? Look, it's the chupacabra. I thrust my arm to point, only to accidentally catch one of the attendees in the head with my fuzzy fist. The woman lets out a muted groan and sinks to the ground, unconscious. Just the crowd stares at me, stunned. Oops. Murmur. Tama, shouts Mr. Yanagashita, rushing out of the break room. What the heck are you doing? Abort house. If you let these people know the truth about this stuff, they'll never buy it. Uh-oh. Now you've done it. Cheery doesn't hesitate to point the finger at him, her stare ferocious. Oh, oops. Realizing what he just said out loud, Mr. Yanagashita is aghast. Now there really is no saving this. The customers descend upon Mr. Yanagashita, their wrath a terror to behold. Then it is true. What the hell are you trying to pull? I can't believe you tried to sell this crap for these prices. I mean, honestly, he's getting what's coming to him. And the throng goes on the attack. Help! Cheery and I force our way through the angry mob, hoping to find some way to calm these people down. Cursing and profanity fill the air. The shouts are accompanied by merciless, open-handed slaps. I get all jostled and tumbled about, and my mascot costume takes a bad beating. Finally, the storm passes. It's over. It's all over. Sir Yanagashita wails to the empty room. So, boss? Not getting paid. Even Cheery seems hesitant to ask. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, obviously. Sir Yanagashita does as much as look up, his shoulders slump further in defeat. Right? Exactly. I'd take payment in kind then, Cheery said. Mind if I take this burning hammer home with me? Sure, Yanagashita says lifelessly. Go right ahead. Alright, I'll be off then. Later, Tama. She picks up the cardboard boxes and heads out. Sir? It's the man from the rental place. I believe you still owe me for the costume rentals. Right. How much was it again? Yanagashita rummages in his pockets. Given the severe damage, I have to add the full cost of the catsuit to your bill. Your total comes to 200,000 yen. What is 200,000? 200,000. Sorry, I can't hear it all. I think I might have ruptured my eardrum. 200,000 yen, sir. Oh, okay, okay. Yoshida takes all the cash he has in his wallet and holds it out reluctantly. That's only 20,000, sir. The rental guy furrows his brow. I'm afraid this won't cover it. I understand that, but I don't got no more than this. Don't got no more, please, sir. You're not a child. Give me a discount. Make it 20,000 instead of the 200 you owe. You know I can't do that, sir. Mr. Yanagashita refuses to back down. That's right, insurance. I got insurance in the event the suit wound up damaged. No, you didn't. No, I did. You did not, sir. No, I did. Then where's your paperwork to prove it? Yanagashita calmly claps a hand to his chest. Right here. The paperwork is here inside my heart. Rental guy clutches the side of his head in exasperation. And believe me, I feel his pain. You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna leave this to my boss. No, notable for the fact he's usually wearing his favorite rabbit costume, Toshige Michi. His costumes are like his children. If he were to hear that one of his suits had been ruined, he'd probably never forgive Yanagashita, adding to the man's already considerable list of enemies. Turning his back on the ruins of the sales demo, he slumps his way out of the room. Now it's just me and Mr. Yanagashita. Please try not to let it get you down so much, sir, I say as cheerfully as I can muster. He's already down on the floor sobbing. Tama, why have you not girl, you are not getting paid. Why are you still here? You wouldn't know what it's like to feel so utterly hopeless. I think I may have an idea, sir. In fact, I'm sure of it. At this point, there's nothing more I can possibly do. He slumps forward, trembling like a willow tree. Things will turn around soon enough, I'm sure. You don't know me like I know me. There's not going to be any turnaround, not after this. Okay, now this little pity party's starting to piss me off. You know, if you think you're the only person who's had a run of bad luck, you are dead wrong. I wind up shouting the words louder than I intended. Yanagashita whips his head back up. Yikes, where'd that come from? Let me tell you something, My pent-up emotions come surging to the surface. I have amnesia. Yanagashita's eyes go wide. What? I can't remember anything from before this morning. In short, amnesia can have a variety of causes. Psychogenetic amnesia is caused by stress or psychological trauma, whereas endogenous amnesia, a powerful blow to the head, causes physical trauma to the brain. In the later case, memories and other normal functions frequently return once the cranial nerves recover. My name, how old I am, where I live, any of it. I would much rather be in your shoes, sir. Mr. Yanagashita looks at me with a hint of disbelief. Where'd you get the name Tama, then? I thought of it when I saw the tamagoyaki in those lunchboxes. Aha, tamagoyaki, Tama. I get it. He claps himself on the thighs as if he's had some big eureka moment. But wait, how come you lost your memories? I don't know for certain, obviously. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I took a hard blow to the head. When I came to, I was inside of a storehouse with a massive headache. Storehouse? A surge of vertigo washes through me as I recall waking up in that strange, dim place. Yeah, I just gotten out of there when you flagged me down, sir. Really? So it is pretty unnerving then, not knowing who you are. Sounds like he's taking me seriously now. Yeah, it sure is. It's not gonna do me any good to fret over it. Besides, I've got a clue. What sort of clue? There's a necklace I saw at a knick-knack shop, the same place I found the burning hammer. Somehow, I know it's important to me. You took this job so you could afford to buy it? I nod. Of course. Now that the job is ended in a total bust, I've lost my shot at getting it. Okay then, Mr. Yanagashita removes his shoe, then yanks out the insole. This here really is the last of my money. He pulls out 20,000 yen, adds it to the other 20,000 from his wallet, and thrusts it all towards me. Here you go, he says. That includes the reimbursement for the burning hammer you picked up. I pluck the two of the 10,000 yen bills from between my fingertips. I actually didn't have to pay for it, so the 20,000 we agreed on is fine. But how about you, sir? Are you gonna be okay? Like, after all this? Compared to your misfortunes, mine are nothing. I don't think that's true. They might send me up the creek without a paddle, but I'll bounce back somehow, I'm sure of it. And then, clutching his fist, Mr. Yanagashita gets a far-off look in his eyes. Then one more time, I'm gonna go see a bride fight. My jaw nearly drops. Bride? Like the martial arts pub? Wait, you know about Bride? Man, I've spent so much money at that place. Oh my god. Wow, it is a small world. Especially that Miku. Wonder how much she has made me spend. Miku, huh? Pretty sure I just accidentally forced her into retirement, but I decided to keep quiet on that front. To be honest, the reason I borrowed all that money was to pay my tabs at that place. And I had to borrow from some pretty shady sources, too. Can't help but suspect this poor guy got a real raw deal. Why don't you take that mascot costume with you, huh? I mean, I don't really need it. No, I insist. Take it with all my blessing. Sure, I'll be on my way then. Out in the hallway, I passed by the man I noticed earlier, the one I didn't recognize. Still can't jump to him. Sales demo's over. Wonder why he's still here. Give him a faint nod and he nods back before slipping into the demo room. I should keep my fingers crossed for the guy. At last, I'm back outside the building. I feel bad about not returning the cat suit to the man from the rental place. Still, I can't go around wearing this thing. I'll just stick out like a sore thumb. Figure it's best to just leave it behind. And it dawns on me. Hold on, I still can't get this thing off. It's time I skin this cat. Need to get rid of this costume, whatever it takes. The exact origin of the phrase, "there's more than one way to skin a cat," is uncertain and a matter of some dispute, though it appears to have arisen in the later portion of the 19th century. It's hard to imagine why anyone would want to conjure up such a gruesome mental image, yes. Though, this is a great place to stop for today. It's already 10 minutes past time, and I do not have that much time before I have to go to bed, before I go to work tomorrow. So, I totally didn't even realize that we'd gone past time until literally right now. So here we are, and that's okay. That's how it's gonna go for today. Just kind of gotta rush a little bit. Miku casually retires. I feel like, I don't know, she just got her butt handed to her by some random person in a cat costume. I guess that was just enough for her. But yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, y'all, for hanging out, and it's been a great time. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week as we continue to figure out what's going on with this beautiful, hilarious mystery. So many flavors, so many genres, so much shenanigans, and I'm here for all of it with all of you. So, good night for now, and see you next week.